Hey! Thank you all so much for joining this very random live stream. Feels like it's been a while since we've done something like this. It is so good to see everyone. Hey, a watercolorist, Sarah, Christine. I essentially have been really inspired recently. I have been painting non-stop. I've been going on car camping trips, and I'll leave all those videos linked down below in the description. But since coming back, I haven't really been painting as much. It's kind of like I want to paint, but then I make an excuse, and then before I know it, time has run out. And today was a prime example where I spent all day trying to record a YouTube video and it hasn't happened. So rather than accepting defeat, I am coming live so that we together can paint, create art, and also chat all things art supplies, because it feels like it's been a while. There is a watercolor sale going on at the moment, which I have linked in the description, and I am in two minds about what to get, so it would be good to get some help and some insights. And also I'm hoping that you can use this as an excuse to bring out your art supplies as well, if you've been meaning to. If, like me, you've been procrastinating, or even if you were looking for an excuse to do so, bring them out, whether it's swatching, painting, whatever. Or if you just want to hang out in the chat, that's cool too. Before we dive in, do you mind letting me know if you can see me all right, you can hear me all right? I know sometimes I get comments about the sound being too low, but I'm hoping that it's fine. Who needs sleep? Exactly, Tori. Sleep is overrated. You know what? I told my mum, because I was like, look, I've been trying to be productive and make this video all day. I then tried to set up my camera all day. By fire, by force, I will do a live stream or something. I was like, I don't care if it's 4 a.m. and if it's for 2 minutes, I'm going to do it. So here we are, Rochester in New York. Hey Nancy, MB Fleur, and Gods and Heroes. Hey, it's so nice. I'm seeing new faces as well as, our good old regulars as well. So it's so good. Okay, sounds good. Perfect. Thank you, Gods and Heroes. Excellent. So I am going to be sharing some of the references on the screen as well, just in case you want to paint coasts as well. The most recent trip, which was so inspiring, is what is going to be heavily featured in the photos that I have and the references that I have. I haven't made a video yet because I came back with 2,000 clips and photos. I have no idea how to tackle that. so while I figure that out, we'll see what happens. So yeah, 2,000 video clips and photos, maybe 30 paintings. It was really super inspiring. Perfect. But yeah, so I'm still carrying on with that, because why stop? Yes, when car camping, I did indeed sleep in my car. Wild. I know. And then a couple of housekeeping things. I have left links down below in the description for my membership, just in case you want to be a member. And if you have any questions about the membership, please feel free to ask. My membership, I sold quite a few paintings on this trip, which was really nice. So I have put links in the description as well if you want to buy any of the paintings that I'm going to be doing tonight. And I have also put the link for the watercolor workbook, which is free for members to download for the next few days. So if you what was I saying? Sorry. Reading the chat, reading, thinking and talking is too much sometimes. But yeah, so I've left everything linked down below in the description. If you wanted to get access to the watercolor workbook and the art challenge that I'm doing with members at the moment, then please feel free to download it and do it soon. And if you're already a member, then again, please download it now so that you have access to it forever for free. Okay, let's go to This one. Okay. Look at the references. It's gonna be awesome. Okay. A watercolorist, I see what you're saying, but in order for it, you can see it's not that bright top down, so I'd rather my face be exposed and then you guys can actually see the painting rather than the other way around. Oh, Sennelier is not included in the sale. Sad times. I'm really enjoying Sennelier at the moment. I'm enjoying a lot of paints. I'm enjoying painting altogether, but Sennelier has been really nice for the layering that I've been doing. I don't think I have the paintings to hand to show, do I? No, I have some of the paintings. Hold on. I'll show you. Whoops, is it this one? Yeah. So these paintings, for example, have all been done with Sennelier, and I've got, so sneak peek, this is the Sennelier video. Highly recommend you go and you check it out. Maybe it is quite bright. Hold on. Oops, that's even brighter. That's as low as it goes. Anyway, Sennelier, yeah. Let me know if it's true. But anyway, I made this video where I highlight the Sennelier, and then these are, yeah, it's the colors look a bit funny, but I don't know why. Like this is magenta, bright pink, but it doesn't look like magenta, does it? Just give me 2 seconds. Let me see if I can fix this. Properties. I'm hoping I don't break it. Filters. Effects. Filter. Color correction. What? Nope. Is it changing for you too? What? Nope. Oh, nope. Oh my. How do I reset it? Oh my gosh. I'm making it worse. Okay, saturation. That's what I wanted. The saturation is fine. Brightness is okay. Contrast. Gamma. I don't really know what gamma does, but it does change it quite a bit. Opacity is fine. Hue is fine. I feel like that's better. Let me close. Did it? I don't feel like it. What? Wait. No. I'm so sorry. Do you see what I mean? It's been a day like this, basically, of continuous irritating tech issues. I can't tell if add. So has it added or not? Up, down. Upside down. Boy, turn me inside out. Maybe it has. Yeah, it has changed it. But the saturation feels like it's a lot now. Anyway. I'm going to catch up and see. So random number or generator to help to pick the photo. No, I just went through some of my photos and picked out some of the ones that I like. And then when I uploaded them to this software that I'm using, it randomized them. So it's already done that. We can just go from photo to photo. Oh, the boat ones. I've really been enjoying painting boats at the moment. As you can tell, I feel like it's representing freedom. What pigment is the magenta? It's PR122. PR122 on these ones. And I feel like there you can see that color nicely. Just needs time to adjust. But yeah, so sorry, this page is actually from the lower the exposure. I don't think I can. This page that we're looking at is from the watercolor challenge. So I've actually, let me see, gamma, is gamma exposure? This is so bizarre. Not chroma, not color key, not crop. Don't know what LUT is. HDR, note mask blend, render delay. I have no idea what half these things mean. But I feel like that might be as good as we get. So yeah, so this and all these pages are from the watercolor challenge that I've shared with my art members. So if you remember, be sure to check out not only the watercolor workbook, but also I've made 8 videos. Talking through the prompts. So I've printed out the challenge so that I can go through it as well. And I've been going through the prompts privately, but I've done 1 to 5 as videos that I've shared with members as well. And here we go. It does feel like, well, anyway, this is from the line and wash video, and this is from Daniel Smith. So all that being said, sorry for all the tech issues. I love PR122 magentas, but the light fastness isn't as good as PV19. I know. I still love it too much to let it go though. Although in this palette, I feel like the lighting has completely lost its mind now. Anyone else feel that way? What is happening? I think I'm not I think there we go. So this colour on here is actually PV19, Daniel Smith's Quinn Rose. That said, let's try and start. I don't know why it's shadowy. I think it is trying to correct to my hands. So it's bouncing back and forth between my hands and the paper, and I don't know why or how to stop it doing that. It's like close. We'll see. We'll see what happens when I start painting. Worst case scenario, I will switch cameras. It will take like 5 minutes. We'll have a water break, and come back. So I've divided the page in 4 because I'm going to do slightly smaller ones, especially for this first one, and then we'll see how it goes. I have been doing line and wash, but I think I'm actually just going to start by going straight in with paint first. No, not a sale. I've been super spendy. Hey, Elizabeth, what have you been spending on? Since the Sennelier sale, I haven't really bought much. And I was looking at this sale and trying to figure out, you know, what I should get, if anything. And I had so many tabs open that it then kind of felt a bit counterintuitive. Like, you know, when I don't know if this happens to you, but it just felt like I had so much open that when I came back to it, I was like, it's too much. And so I close everything and I start all over again. Hey, Michelle. And if someone said something and I've missed it, do you mind just repeating it? Sorry. I'm still trying to get into the swing of things, and it's even harder to do when tech won't work. And part of me isn't even surprised because it's been like this all day. I spent hours trying to record a YouTube video, and then my phone ran out of storage, so it deleted everything, and I was like, I'm done. I'm done for the day. I'm actually done. Oh, still you still have, you know what, I can completely relate to that, Michelle, just having supplies and still having them in the box. I still have so many supplies in the box. I think especially because a lot of the time I either want to record the unboxing or do a video around it or something like that. And sometimes even if it's not because of a video, just in general, it can take me a while to unbox them. And yet I'm still looking at the sale like, oh, I wonder. I have been trying to buy less and paint more, which has actually been quite good. That being said, I can't help but look. This is I can't help but wait till you get back with him. It don't change. Can't help but wait till you say. I'm changing the thing again. Can't help but wait till you. Because when my arm isn't across the thing, whoops. You see what I mean? It feels vintage to me, which is not the look I'm going for. Like a weird. Can you believe, like, when I tell you this has taken me all day to even get my camera to show on thing. Yeah, I've been painting a lot. It's just honestly been really nice. And I guess understandably, you know, there's something about being in a place that's like really inspiring. And painting. And then because I was car camping, I just kept extending my stay. I went to Dorset, and it was so funny because by the end of it, people like knew me by name, which was quite funny. And I met so many lovely people, like so many, exchanged loads of numbers. Like someone even texted me and sent me a photo of where I used to sit, and they were like, look, your spot. Like it was just a really nice time. And all I did was eat, relax, paint. And then because I was car camping and in theory I had nowhere to be, I just kept extending my trip, which I think is, you know, it was kind of comical because I'd be like, I promise I'm leaving tomorrow. This is it. We'd say our goodbyes, and then the next day they'd see me again and be like, oh, it's still here. Oh, thank you so much, MB Fleur. It's it's funny. I feel like I don't feel like I'm doing it very well, if I'm completely honest. But I just do what I can. I just do what I can, and more recently I've had like more time off, so that's kind of made life easier. But as for before, I don't know. When I had time, I would create, and I don't feel like I have the balance right, to be honest, but I'm still working on it. Like, and that's in answer to the question of like, how do I work and paint and make YouTube videos? With great difficulty sometimes. But it's worth it. And I think the paints look fluorescent, and they are not. I don't know why. You know, do you think I may switch cameras? I don't know if I can. Like, I don't know if I can while live streaming, or if it will mean ending the stream and then trying again. But it's not, I don't know what the technical term is, and I don't really know why it's happening. It's... Hey, Renola. You love my art style. Thank you so much. You know what? Window shopping is one of my hobbies as well. That's the thing, like, a lot of the time when I'd be like, oh, this Jackson sale and that Jackson sale and whatnot, the reason I knew is because I just do so much window shopping that after a while, you know, you notice patterns, and I'd be like, oh, that's interesting. All the watercolors are on sale. That must be the sale that's coming. Like, that's how wild that was. Let me... Let's see. Okay, I'm going to leave the reference up so that you can see me and you can see the reference if you're painting. And I'm going to switch to my phone, and hopefully that will solve the issue. But is there anything in particular that someone's getting? I got the Holbein, Elizabeth says, I got the Holbein set of 18, the core intensity set, that's a really nice one. Stonehenge paper, I haven't tried yet. M. Graham Quinrose. Oh, your very first silver black velvet. As like YouTube's most popular watercolor brush. Let's take this off. And nope. I've got most of the things that you mentioned. Apart from M. Graham. I haven't tried M. Graham yet. I think I will. I was kind of tempted because Helen Cryer did a video where she was using the M. Graham watercolors, I think, and also one when she was using the gouache, and I get so tempted every time I see Helen's videos. Every supply that she uses, because she creates such beautiful artwork with it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to try now. I highly recommend Helen Cryer's YouTube if you haven't seen it yet. The one thing I will say is I know she's using R&F oil sticks at the moment, and I was tempted, but then I had to, like, you know, the voice of reason, I had to remind myself that I don't like oil pastels that much, and so I haven't even looked at them, because I feel like if I look and they're reasonable price, then I'll be like, oh, maybe I should, and you know, I shouldn't. I really shouldn't, especially now, you know, that I'm like really enjoying watercolor and gouache and all these different mediums. I'll hide myself for a second as I try to fight with this, but hopefully you can still hear me when I'm actually talking. I'll probably put a note to say like, hey, the actual video starts at this point. I don't edit my live streams down, because if I do, then the chat disappears. And I kind of feel like that's the best bit sometimes. Most times, if I'm honest. Start. Hey, it's my phone. I'm gonna clean it because it looks like it has a halo. Okay. Sorry, I don't want to make you dizzy. You can see my setup. I'm just going to put it away for a second so I can move it down without making people feel dizzy. And I'm going to turn this back on. How we doing? That looks more like a realistic colour. All that fighting, we finally got it. It only took, I don't know, 20 minutes. Oh my gosh, is it 28 minutes? I am so sorry. Time flies when you're having fun. What are we? M. Graham is... So yeah, M. Graham is quite expensive in the UK. And I haven't got it, but when I got my Stay Wet palette, I was quite concerned about mold. And so I did the research and so on and so forth. And I did add clove bod oil to all my gouache in my Stay Wet palettes. Have never had mold, praise God. I didn't dilute it down, which is probably a bit overkill. But I kind of like that my paintings now have, they smell like clove bod oil. They have the essential oil smell, Okay. We are back in business, but M. Graham in the UK, it's around, I want to say £12 for the tubes. So the tubes of, or maybe a bit more, the sets that they have are currently, they're normally £66, that kind of price range. So, because I'm now using my phone is going to be across my face. But, you know what? It's okay. What can you do? What can you do? Yeah, I tried clove bod oil and didn't have an issue. And I know most people say add a bit of water and spray it with clove bod oil, and that tends to work quite well. And like I said, thankfully I haven't had any issues. I haven't specifically tried M. Graham though. I'm not sure. Do you want to Google it, Elizabeth, and see how much? But to be fair, also, we still have our reference there, don't we? Core is also quite expensive here. But I feel like I quite like Core because it moves and it feels different to other watercolours. So I have bought it. I do buy it and I very much enjoy it. And then that was why when Jackson's was selling the Core sets for 25p, which today, I don't know if it was a promo or a mistake. I just know that I am eternally grateful to whoever whoever did that. But that was why I was kind of telling absolutely everyone, because I was like, even if you're not sure, 25p, like, I mean, come on, as opposed to, you know, the 17 pounds they would be otherwise. Okay, we're back in business. That time's on my mind because I topped up the ink in my food pen using a syringe and a needle. And I don't know why I thought it would get ink everywhere, but actually it was completely fine. I feel like I want to do this one again. Like, I like it, but I kind of feel like I was so distracted in trying to fix my tech that I didn't really get to enjoy the process of creating this. I was just like, oh my gosh. Core is $8 on Blick for an 11mm tube, whereas here it's 10-11 pounds. So I think Core is probably more expensive than M. Graham. I'd need to double check the actual M. Graham price. I can do that in a second. Unless someone here, well, I was going to say unless someone here is from the UK and can go on Jackson's real quick. But then it kind of occurred to me the time. Why would someone from the UK be here? They should be sleeping. Yeah, tech can be so stressful. And I think honestly, it's been a while. Clearly it shows. And none of it was working today. The whole day. You know when you just feel like I needed a win. This is the win. Getting to chat with you is the win. Not whether it would actually be successful. Just in terms of like, you know, whether less so about my input and me being rusty and all the mistakes that would happen, and more so about the fact that actually I would get to chat with you after a long time, and that always makes me feel better. £15 for M. Graham tubes. I know that even the sets end up being quite expensive, so I'm gonna do the same reference again here. I may add some pencils and stuff. We'll see. And I took all these references, by the way. And I remember when I took this picture, I was very let's say concerned about the height. I don't know. I feel like sometimes I feel like I'm not scared of heights, and other times I feel like I am. And this time I was like, wow, it's so beautiful. And then I looked down and I was like, oh, it was a lot. It was, yeah. I had this urge to squat. I don't know if anyone has ever had this feeling and can explain it, but that was basically what I felt like. Like I needed to squat down, as if that would make a difference. Oh, thank you for sharing, MB Flair. That's good to know. Part of me did think about buying the M. Graham and making dot cards, but my understanding is they take forever / never actually dry, and sending Sennelier is already hard enough because they take ages to dry. Same with Jackson's. So I kind of thought even some of the Michael Harding took forever to dry. So I kind of thought that actually M. Graham would be pushing it a bit. Yeah. I took this when I was on my car camping trip. Yeah. So this is in Dorset. I took so many references, and yeah, it was. I literally keep thinking, like, what am I doing here? I should move to the coast. And I don't know if it's a phase and really and truly I'm not actually set up for the coast, or if I will move once I finish training. Hard to say, but it's just so inspiring, like so beautiful. And everyone is so friendly. Maybe because it's, it's nice, the weather is nice. And even if the weather isn't nice, it's still like beautiful. Like I was there in one day, it went from like raining to bright sun, no shade, to mist everywhere. Looked like fog, you could barely see anything, to sunny again, to raining. There was just so many different weathers. Is that the way to describe it? Let's see, adding some more. I'm using Baohong paper, and I am also using Daniel Smith watercolors at the moment, and we'll see how it goes, what I feel like using. I don't know. I know that that's the rumor, but I haven't tested it out myself or compared it or done side by sides or anything like that. I did used to store them together in the same place. Like I store my watercolors. I store my watercolors like this so that they stay fresh for a bit longer. I was storing them in the Meaden drawers before, but actually I found that it worked nicely for the small tubes, but the big tubes would catch. So eventually I slowly but surely moved them to the bins. And before, Sennelier and Jackson's were in the same, but now they have both substantially grown, so they both have their own space. This Nickel Azure Gold moves a lot. It is Daniel Smith, but it honestly moves like core. Can you see how I'm having to like brush it to try and stop it from running into my water? Yeah, I've heard that as well. Between Phoenix and Winsor & Newton. Again, I haven't tested it, so I don't know. But I know that Lindsay the Frugal Crafter does, I think, like comparison videos highlighting that. I don't know if those brands specifically, but a lot of the time it's quite nice because when she'll do comparison videos, she'll kind of talk about what they remind her of, and she has a lot of watercolors. Pot, meat, kettle. Yeah, okay. But yeah, so she does like some really nice comparisons. This is Baohong 100% cotton cold press paper. Is the student one, but I've really enjoyed it. I've just don't know. I mean, it's a good thing. I've just really enjoyed all my supplies. It feels quite wild, but like on this trip, for example, it was 5 days, and I took a block of watercolor of Baohong, finished the block, used my paints freely, just kept creating non-stop. It's been very nice. It feels like, I don't know if it will last, how long it will last rather. but I'm riding the wave while it's here, you know? Oh, thank you so much, Artfully Becoming. Yes, please, if you don't mind liking the video, if for nothing else, for perseverance and for the fact I didn't give up after more IT issues, after an entire day of IT issues. And if you would like to become a member, I have left it linked in the description for you. July marked 3 years that we've been doing it, which seems crazy. And I'm so grateful. So grateful. And it's so nice because we have some of the realist MVPs, Gods and Heroes, one of the OGs, one of the original members in the chat. I had it's funny, I had like a list of the original 6, the ones who've been here from the very beginning. And but yeah, it's amazing. It's so funny because I've mentioned that on starting the membership, it took me maybe 9 months of umming and ahhing and deciding and, like, you know, going back and forth and before actually starting it. And I remember beforehand I'd spoken to like Sarah Burns and she'd given me advice and was really encouraging, and then I was speaking to Creating Cute Art and she was also really encouraging, and my family. Like, it's funny because I haven't read The Artist's Way. I do want to do it at some point, but I haven't read the whole thing, but I read the first chapter, and in it she kind of was talking about how, like, something she called the censor, like the negative voice that kind of stops you doing things and tends to be hypercritical. And I remember when I was reading that, I was like, I can't relate to that at all. Like, I don't feel like I have a quote unquote censor or anything like that, and I don't think I have it when it comes to my art. But other things I realize, and by realize I mean like just a few weeks ago, I was like, oh wait, this is what she's talking about. That the imposter syndrome that I feel, I guess, would be the equivalent. You love the second painting. I'm not taking any offense. I prefer it too. There's if for nothing else, I like, the reason that I repeated it wasn't even because I didn't like this, is because I didn't feel like I was enjoying it. Like, I was so stressed with the tech side of things that I was just putting paint down and I didn't actually get to enjoy it. And I was like, this is such a beautiful reference, one that I am sure I will paint many times, but it's such a beautiful reference that I want to enjoy the process of painting it. More so than the results. I want to at least say, like, oh, I had a fun time painting it. And like with this, for example, with the second one, I can say that I'm having a fun time chatting with awesome people, discussing watercolors that we don't need to buy, but we may. Hey Cindy, you've just purchased some Daniel Smith watercolors to try and find out. Oh, that's so lovely. Which colours did you get? Do you normally like to support small artists like Jane Davenport? No, I'm a doctor. Hopefully, that's the scrubs part. Though I do... Yeah, I do both. It was nice because in Dorset I sold quite a few of my paintings, which was nice. It's so interesting because people wouldn't come, you know, normally people ask you like, oh, are you an artist? People wouldn't come round and ask me that. They'd come round and say, do you sell your paintings? I was like, yeah. Yeah. What language, Sarah? Ah, You're too sweet. Thank you. Yeah, it's that's nice. This feels like very small painting for me. I was thinking of doing, Leslie Strauss is doing the 100 mini paintings, and I was like, oh, I wonder if I can do that, if I should do that. I wouldn't do it across the year. I would need to condense it, do it quicker, otherwise I'd never do it. But as I'm doing this feels mini to me, and I'm sure for most it'd be like, it's not a mini painting, but for me, like, it's actually not. This is 31 by 21, so this is 10 by 15. Oh yeah, I know that. I know it all too well. And be like, you're making me laugh so hard. I'm shaking my tripod. Yeah, it's an interesting thing. Like, I do sleep, thankfully. And honestly, I feel like I procrastinate quite a lot. And I was thinking about that because I feel like when I say these things, people think maybe that I'm trying to be humble. And that's not what's happening at all. I was actually thinking more so like, when people say like, oh, my house is a mess, don't look. And then they show you their house and it's in pristine condition that you could only dream of. I feel like, I hope that's not how people are interpreting it when I'm like, oh, I've procrastinated, I wasn't productive, because I do actually waste a lot of time. And you have to understand it's all relative. I'm not doing anything else really, like it's just, and by that I mean like it's not like I have kids or other responsibilities. So I actually do have more free time than one would think, especially now as a more senior, praise God. I just get, my rota isn't as intense as it used to be when I was more junior. Just adding a little bit of a few details in pencil. This is how random I am. Pick a colour, put it down. Do I like it? Yes or no? Where else do I need it? I want some pink. So yeah, when I talk about like, oh, I'm procrastinating, whatever, I'm not saying it to be humble. Many things, but I don't think I'm humble. Random side tangent, sorry. I'd rather paint, me too. Oh, honestly, Tori, I can't even, like, the way that my place is a mess right now, I can't even, and that's the thing that I actually, because in part, I was like, I have no business trying to spend all day making a YouTube video when my home is such a mess. I need to tidy. And I was thinking about like, oh, should I tell people when I make the video, like, oh, my home is a mess? But then I was kind of like, it's a lose-lose situation, right? Because if, like, when I see people say, oh, my home is a mess, and then they show me somewhere that's pristine, I'm like, ugh, and I feel like a slob. And if they say my home is a mess and then they show me a mess, I'm like, I feel overwhelmed. So there is no benefit in me saying it. So I was like, oh, if I say it, I'm not showing anyone this mess, because there are levels of mess where actually, you have shame and you don't show it. And I am at that level. I'm not showing it. So yeah, it's on the agenda. But again, I'd rather just paint and draw and live stream with you. That said, What size bao hong? Sorry, Tori, I missed it. It's 31 by 21 centimeters. I'm really enjoying this size, and I'm slowly creeping bigger and bigger. I kind of wish I had bigger. And I think I will start working bigger. I did do a big painting, big for me. This is a quarter sheet. You see in comparison, so it's double that size. I think that means it's 38 by 58, which is quite big for me, but I love it. I keep it by my side, but I need to actually figure out a way to protect it. Sarah. Yeah, it forces me to organize. I don't know, man. It's got to the point. Yeah, I don't know. I thought about getting like a cleaner, because it's twofold, right? I have to clean before the cleaner comes, because again, shame. But then the cleaner cleans on top of that, so it's even cleaner than it was before. I feel like I'm doing a tongue twister. So I thought about doing that, but it's actually not clean enough to have a cleaner. Like, I have too much shame to even show a cleaner this. I don't know. I just need to tidy, basically, and stop procrastinating it. Buy a giant roll of paper. Oh, thank you. I'm really, really enjoying painting boats. And just like painting in general, but I think that I enjoy painting things more than just landscapes, oddly enough. I like landscapes if there's something in it, and I kind of sometimes struggle if it's just a landscape with nothing else inside. Of course it depends, but that's what I'm finding. You want to? I actually have a problem. I have like a 4-side. Oh, why did I forgot I had this right here. Because I divided this, although it's fine, I divided this in 4 because I wanted it to be roughly this size, and actually I have this size, which is 18 by 12. So I could have just used this, but it's fine. The beauty of dividing it is that I can work on multiple at the same time. I'm going to go to the next reference. Not that one. Similar view, but flowers. Similar view. I might do the flowers one. Oh, look at that. It's all the same place, but you can see it just changes so beautifully. But I want to do the flowers. Yeah. Oh, I like this one. I'm just watching it, just remembering it was so beautiful. If I miss a question, please repeat it. Maybe if you write question in caps beforehand and then write your question, then I won't miss it, because the writing is quite small, so I'm straining my eyes to read the chat. The quarter sheet is Saunders. You see, the old me could never imagine using like Saunders and Bao Hong and all these 100% cotton watercolor papers, like no man's business. Yeah. But I'm trying to, I don't want the sizing to go bad, so yeah, it's Saunders quarter sheet. Don't trust anyone with my art supplies. I can't. Wildflower, I know the feeling. And artfully becoming, what got you started in painting? I watched an artist paint and started to dabble with it and fell in love with the process. That is so nice. I started painting in 2020. Need I say more? Like many other people. Yeah, so I started painting in 2020. I was living alone. Obviously, you know, I needed a positive outlet. And I was like, you know what? I used to enjoy drawing back in the day. Let me start. I think I started drawing again. No, actually, you know what? I started drawing beforehand. My sister had arranged a sip and paint day for us, and I really enjoyed it. So after that, I would maybe paint a little bit, but primarily draw. And then 2020, I started drawing more, and then I created a Instagram page because I was drawing every day. I was doing a 100-day drawing challenge at the time, and also I just wanted, you know, to connect with people and stuff. I was pretty much just at work or at home alone, and because of everything that was going on, my shifts were a bit funny. So sometimes I would have like big blocks of time off, and obviously couldn't go out or anything like that. So basically, that is how I started again. I didn't really paint that much when I was younger, but I did used to draw quite a lot. And it's funny because I found my old my old drawings and artwork from when I was a teenager. So I was thinking about maybe sharing that, but we'll see. We will see. Yeah. Good morning, messy desk. Oh, hey Pasquale. I'm sure I say that wrong all the time, and I don't want to say your name because I assume that, you know, if you wanted me to call your name, you wouldn't have a pseudonym on YouTube. Where do I get the Baohong blocks from? I've had my Baohong blocks for years, so I initially, like over 2 years, hence why I'm going through them quite quickly, because I don't want the sizing or anything like that to go bad. And I must admit, so far so good, no issues. But I got them from like AliExpress years ago, and I feel like, did I get them from Temu? No, I think AliExpress. I understand that there's similarities between Baohong and Meiden. That might be the easier to access, cheaper alternative. Oh, hey Marilyn. Yeah. It's so nice to be on Christie's live streams. Oh, okay. I'm glad I got it right. Hey, Colleen. Yeah, I've seen them on. So, yeah, initially, all the ones I've got, I'm pretty sure I got from AliExpress back in the day. I mean, it's a Chinese brand, so I never really worried about it being counterfeit, if that makes sense. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I would get Meiden and Baohong from those sites. I don't know if I would get Arches, because I do feel like, my impression, no one sue me, the likelihood of counterfeits is quite high with European or American, like, you know, with papers from the West. But if it's something that's made in China and you get it from a Chinese website, I feel like that's fine. But I haven't tried, like, you know, I haven't bought Fabriano or something like that from AliExpress. I'd rather just buy it from somewhere more official, just in case. Yeah. But Meiden, Bao Hong is their paper, so that is going to be legit. Like, I'd rather get it from there than Amazon, but it depends again. And I mean, it's really good paper. I really like it. As you can see. And I mean, I'm not even putting it through the paces because I'm not doing that many layers in these paintings because they're quite small. They're not that small, but you know what I mean. I don't tend to layer anyway, usually. And I've been trying to layer more often, more recently, sorry, and that has I really like the paintings that have come as a result of that. But I'm very much a go with the flow kind of painter, you know. It has served me well. Yeah, messy desk makes sense, I agree. Me to the moon. So with the watercolor sale, any recommendations? To be fair, I'm like, in part I'm like, I have enough. The other part of me is like, I've almost finished my Quinn Rose, although Daniel Smith I don't think is on sale in the UK. Then I thought about getting some My Mary Blue because that's on sale. You know, topping up on the Dragon's Blood because I quite like that colour and that's running low. But then, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I bounce back and forth between like, I should save and treat yourself on a regular basis. £90. What is that in GSM? I like My Mary Blue. I like so I only have 10 of their colours and I liked the 10 colours. Initially I wasn't sure if they were like that vibrant, like I thought that they would be super stand out, but I was using them on caddy paper, which sometimes does mute down the colours a bit. But there's two colours that I keep using over and over. One is Dragon. I like their Payne's Grey because it's very nice and blue leaning. I like their Dragon's Blood because it is beautiful. And also their Mars Brown. These two are in my art toolkit palette. Shall I leave it here so it's for the aesthetics? Honestly, it'd be like that. 190 GSM. Yes, I've used it. It's nice. It's the same. It's like, it's nice. what do I want to say? It's as nice. It's good quality. The watercolor behaves the same way as it does in the 300 GSM. The only thing is that it buckles more, as one would expect. But it's nice. It's the paper that I put in my handmade sketchbooks. So I guess disclaimer, I'm biased. But the mini pro sketchbooks that I made, they have the 90 £90, I guess. Saunders paper. Have I tried neutral tint? I have tried it once. Like, I've tried the Daniel Smith neutral tint once as an exercise when I was doing a monochromatic study of something, but not in general and not beyond that. If that makes sense. It's not. I don't tend to use it often because I like cool colours. I like cool greys. Quinn Gold is soon to be discontinued. Yes. I got it in November. I feel like I'm missing part of the chat, but in answer to the question about Quinn Gold, yeah, PO48 has been discontinued. Daniel Smith does have a reservoir. They still have Quinn Gold, basically. They still have PO48. And I think they said they had a decade worth. So they still have it, but quite a lot of other brands don't have it and stopped making Quinn Golds, which quite often had PO48 and PY150. So quite a few brands have stopped making that color and instead started using maybe like a transparent brown instead with a PY150 instead. So it depends on which brand you want and which brand you're using. You can, like, Core, for example, stopped making Quinn Gold, but they still had it in their sets. So that was like the way that I managed to get some before they stopped making it. And I think it depends, like, if you go to some shops, you will still find some. But yeah, it's a beautiful color. When I see it, I buy it, basically, because I do like the mix quite a lot. And I bought, so it's Quinn Burnt Orange by Daniel Smith. So I bought a tube of the Quinn Burnt Orange specifically so that I could make mixes with it with a PY150 when the time comes. I really don't know. Initially, I thought I had lifetime supply, but with the way that I've been painting super quick, I'm now like, maybe I don't. Maybe I need more. I need more of everything. You love neutral tints as well. What do you guys use it for? Thank you so much, Renola. This is in Dorset. I took it on my penultimate evening. So when I took it, I thought I was going to go home. I got to my car, put the GPS on, and then I was like, what am I doing? Why am I leaving? And I was like, I might as well just leave in the morning. And so I didn't leave that day. I stayed for longer. It's been so interesting car camping. Like, there's definitely pros and cons. I love the freedom, being able to go anywhere. I love the price tag. Just fuel cost, basically. Fuel cost and, like, you know, food and whatever, because I don't have like a stove. I'm not cooking when I'm doing car camping. So I love that side of things. There are some challenges. There are definitely some challenges. And if someone was like, hey, I own a hotel, just stay there as long as you want, would I say no? Absolutely not. I would stay there and just paint and thank them for being a sponsor of my art. Oh, you have a ton of backup Queen Gold and PO48. But you need, yes, a couple of tubes of undersea green. That's the thing. I bought 1 tube of undersea green, 1 tube of Queen Burnt Orange. I bought like 1 tube of Queen Gold. And so that's basically 3 tubes. And I thought that was enough. But now I'm like, what am I saying? That's nowhere near, that's 1 tube of each. Is nowhere near enough. What non-art supplies did I take with me? That's an excellent question. Do you mean for the car camping setup or just, yeah, well, I guess that's what you mean, but let me know if it's not. So yeah, let me know what you mean. But in terms of, I brought my foldable chair, which has been one of my favorite purchases this year. Hands down. It's weird, the little things that bring us joy, isn't it? But I mean, that chair, so comfy, and it's just so nice to use, to be comfortable, to sit for a prolonged period of time and just paint. And I kind of felt like I could sit anywhere I want as long as I wasn't in people's way. Yeah, that chair is one of my is it too far to say it's one of the highlights of 2025? Oh yeah. So so I took with me for the car camping itself. I made a video highlighting like my actual setup just in case you want more information. But for my bed I bought a like mattress topper that's about this thick, and I bought a double mattress topper that's 12 centimeters, and I folded it in half so that it's like a single bed and it's thicker. And then I just carried my duvet my actual duvet from home and just took it down to the car. And then like pillows, cushions, that kind of thing. So because I'm not cooking, I didn't bring a cooker or a cooler or anything like that. I have a cool bag, which is a bag with a liner inside, and I used it initially for like drinks, but I found that it would only keep things cool for like a couple of hours, so it wasn't really worth it. I was better off just buying things and eating them fresh rather than buying things and trying to eat them the next day. I have a Trellino toilet, so I have that as well. I brought clothes, art supplies. That's it. That's literally it. What else do I need? Oh, I have I bought like, power bank, my phone. I did bring my laptop, but I didn't actually use it because I was too busy. Too busy being outside and enjoying nature and talking to people and being social. And then I'd stay out pretty much all day. And then by the time that I'd get back to my car, the sun is setting, and I don't know, I didn't want like lights to be on in my car. Like the whole point is that I'm stealthy, so people don't know that I'm in my car. So, and I'd also be quite tired, so by the time I got back to my car, I would just get ready for bed. It's definitely got pros and cons. I get tired when I do it. That's ultimately what brings me back, because I I feel like I can't fully sleep. Like I'm asleep, don't get me, like I'm sleeping, but I'm also, you know, aware of the fact that I'm outside. So I guess in a way I'm kind of like on high alert. So I do get more tired, and then also I get more tired because I am I'm out all day, you know. Usually you get to come home in the evening and like rest and relax, whereas with car camping I'm either in my car, like, you know, just sitting in my car is a bit weird, so for the whole day. So I go out, which is the whole point. So I'm literally out from morning to night. Which after a while gets quite tiring. The mattress topper, Tori, it might help you to check out the video where I show how I did it. But essentially I put down half of my back seats so that I'm sleeping behind my passenger seat. My head is behind the passenger seat and my feet are by the boot. I'm definitely going to buy more undersea green. I have 2 tubes of Quinn Gold. That's the thing. Now I'm like, I don't know if it's enough. Because initially I was like, 1 tube of everything is fine. And there's something else that has PO48, isn't it? Or is it just undersea green? Sap green. Does sap green have PO48? I think those were the 4 tubes that I got. Sap green, undersea green, Quinn Gold, and PO48. You have the undersea green with the original PO49. Oh, but you prefer the one with the PO48. I mean, you still have liquid gold. PO49 tube sells for like £300. If I had that kind of money, I would buy it. Just so that I do have, a friend gave me a drop of it, so I do have it, but I'm like so precious with it. I don't really know what to paint with it. Did I put this thing on the wrong place? Whoops. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Part of me is like, I guess I could top up on my Daniel Smith colours, but equally they're not in the sale, so it feels like there's no current urgency to do so. And that maybe I could hold out for a sale. Oh. Yeah, no. It's a deal now because 1 tube, that's amazing that you have the set, but 1 tube is like 300 now. Oh, gouache log, hey. If you really want to use so much Queen Gold, you could get a pigment dispersion from Wera Paint and make my own. I could, but do you think it'd be, I don't know if it'd be as good, although I did enjoy making my own watercolours and they were pretty good, if I do say so myself. Do you think it's relatively, do you think it's relatively straightforward to make in terms of it's not a tricky pigment like earth pigments and blah blah blah? I don't want it to be an expensive mistake, you know? Wildflower ditto. My dad, bless him, called me right before the live stream and he's been asking me I have graduation coming up, and he's basically like been asking me what I want as a gift, and I have no idea what to ask. Part of me is like, oh, I should ask for an art supply. Other part of me is that my family would be absolutely appalled to just know how much everything costs. I'd be like, wait, what? Paint is what? And I was saying my brother also gave me some money separately as a gift, as a treat yourself gift. Like, I mean, they're just so sweet. I think because I don't tend to, may shock some of you, but I don't tend to buy stuff very often. So my family try to, I guess, mitigate that by giving me money and saying like, you have to spend it on yourself. But I don't know what to buy with it. That's what I was trying to figure out. Like, I want it to be something that I can then look at it and be like, my brother got me this. So I don't want it to be, and same for the gift from my dad, I don't want it to be like, really nice paper, for example, because then it will be gone. Like, maybe a palette would be nice. I was thinking of like a brass palette. Brass. Thank you so much. Yeah, I need to sign up. Graduation is in a few months, but I've at least passed, got my results and all that, so it's a big weight off my shoulders. Ooh, a real scanner. That's actually a good point, because as you have let me know, I need to actually use a proper scanner, because I wasn't having much luck with my current scanner. Thank you. Honestly, I'm so glad. Like, yeah, it's been it's been a lot. I'm so glad it's over. Like, especially when it came to the dissertation and everything, I was honestly like, at a point I was like, you know what, I don't even care. Like, I don't need a good grade. I just need this to be over. Like, I'm so done. so done with it. And thankfully I pushed past that feeling of almost completely, totally giving up. And I graduated, or finished. And yeah, I'm so grateful. So I technically have 2 graduations. It's so funny. Well, I wasn't sure if I would even, I haven't booked the graduation as of yet. And to be honest, I wasn't too sure if I would, because I'm like, I've already graduated as a doctor. Like, we've already done a graduation. I didn't think my parents would be that bothered about going to this one as well. And I asked my dad, like, oh, do you want to go? And my dad does this thing when he feels, or to us anyway, to his kids, I don't know about in general, but sometimes when he feels like the question being asked is stupid, he just won't respond. Like, the number of times that sometimes I question whether I actually spoke or whether the question was just in my head. So I said, oh, do you want to go to my graduation? And he just didn't say anything. and then like, yeah, a few days later, so I didn't say anything, right? Because I was like, I don't know if it's a yes or a no, or so I didn't say anything. And yeah, a few days later he was like, oh, so about the graduation, he's like saying that he thinks maybe we should all get matching outfits. Like, he's actually really excited. But honestly, when I said it to him, he said nothing. I was like, I guess it's a no. Like, But in fact, it was like the answer is such an obvious yes that I'm not even going to respond. And you know what's bad? He doesn't know this, but my mum knows this, and she wasn't happy about it. But you know, time heals all wounds. So I've got a medical degree, I've got a bachelor's degree, and I've got a master's degree now, right? Like I've just finished my master's. And when I did my bachelor's, I had graduation. Basically, how do I describe this? I worked through uni the whole time, and and when I did my bachelor's, I didn't really think again that anyone would care that I had finished. I don't know where this comes from, because I was like, at the end of the day, like I want to be a doctor. Do you see what I mean? This was like a halfway point to what I wanted to be. So I didn't think it was that big a deal. You'd have to like buy tickets and pay for the gown and pay for the photos. And I just thought it was too much of an expense for no point, no reason. So I didn't actually tell my family about the graduation. And in fact, what made it worse is that I was working during the graduation as like, you know, I was helping like with the organization, and I was working there. So I was there with my friends graduating, and I didn't feel bad about it anyway. And then afterwards, I told my mum like, oh yeah, it was graduation. She was livid. She was so upset. She was like, why do you think that we wouldn't want to go? How can you not? And I was like, well, like, you know, yeah. Mercy, definitely the same. I think they actually care a lot. So yeah, so with this one I was like, do you guys want to go? The answer is yes. I didn't even ask my mum because I learnt from, you know, the previous, but I did ask my dad just in case. Yeah, that's April. That's literally what I did. I was like, just mail me my degree. It's fine. I don't even know where the certificate is. I need to find it. But yeah, I was like, just mail it to me. It's fine. In fact, I've got bills to pay, so I'm going to be working at the ceremony itself. Yeah. I think if my mum had known on time, she would have stopped that from happening and we would have attended. But again, it wasn't, I don't know. Anyway, needless to say, I'm going to my graduation this year. Yay. And then there's another. So I have 2 because I've also finished my professional exams. Thank you, Jesus. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So grateful. Those are over. And so I have that as well to organize. But yeah, that's a story for another time. Congratulations, Wildflower. Look at all these graduates and April. I didn't even say congratulations. But yeah, Artfully, that's a good question. At the moment I'm doing general. I don't know. As in, like, I do know. I'm doing like a lot of women's health as well. So that will be primarily what I do. But yeah. And also my master's is in education, so you know, I enjoy a lot of things, I think is what it comes down to. But I tell you what, I'm done with university. I'm not studying anymore. What I mean is I'm not doing a PhD. I'm done, you know. Kudos to those who can. But yeah, and part of me is actually kind of excited because he sounded so happy. I'm going to switch to the next one. Oh, I love this one. I actually painted this boat the day before, and that painting sold. I really liked it. It's kind of tricky. Selling paintings because I'm really attached to them, but obviously I can't keep all of them. So but I was like, oh, I really liked it. And she picked two. I remember the lady who bought this, she picked two of my favorites. Not my very, very, very favorite, thankfully, but she did pick, like, of the top three, she picked two. And it was beautiful. Like, I just loved it. And I'd actually painted it at sunset, so it had like really warm red, pinky kind of colours. It was really nice. I am still here, Shalmac. Welcome to the fun. Art therapy? No, I don't think so. Therapy is, like, I know I can't do psych. That much I know. I'd have to, yeah, I couldn't do it. I'd have to, for one, retrain. But yeah, it's interesting though. It's really interesting. And to be fair, I like keeping my art separate from, I know that I'm obviously talking about the medical side of my life right now, so it's not that separate, but in general I like that they're separate. That's one of the things that I absolutely loved when I started painting and drawing, that this was a completely separate, positive space with lots of lovely people, and we were just talking about, the good stuff and the exciting supplies and what we're doing in our artwork. Like, I just really love that side of this, and it keeps me well rounded. It keeps me happy, can't lie to ya. You need a good scanner so you can sell prints. That is true. Do you mind doing me a favor and telling me what scanner? Because I remember you have a scanner, right? I feel like you've told me before in the chat, and then I completely forget because the chat disappears. But if you do have a scanner, do you mind letting me know, like, either on Discord or like Ko-fi message or something that won't disappear once YouTube is done? Ooh, same for you, Mrs. McCoy, if you don't mind. Scanner recommendations, very much welcome. Although, hear me out, I do have a camera. I have a digital camera. Part of me was wondering if I should use that, because I know some people have said that that's what they do. Is that a good potential alternative? Thank you so much. Don't know much about history. Don't know much about biology. But I do know that I love you. I don't know the words. And I know that if you love me too, what a wonderful world this will be. Ba, 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 da, 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 da. You know what would be nice? To do a live where I can play the music that I like without losing my channel. That would be great. And all my life you have been so. With every breath that I am able. DPI is important. Not just like slapping it on the scanner. See, that's the thing. I just feel like so when I had, although to be fair, the scanner that I had before was also attached to a printer. But I feel like I then have to do editing, like to color correct it. And I wonder if I took a picture, if that would be less. the lighting gets tricky. Oh, so lighting is even worse? Okay. So maybe I'll ask them for a scanner then. Okay. General consensus, scanner. I feel like you guys have also, taken into account how I was fighting with same said camera. And I'm here like, maybe. Every breath that I make. No, you still need to color correct. Okay. That is good to know. Because yeah, I'm not looking forward to the... It would be nice to have scans of my paintings and drawings and sketchbooks, I'll have to have a look and see. And if they don't get it, I'll start, that will be the next project to save for. With every breath that I am made. Part of me is wondering if these count as thumbnails, but they definitely don't. Me doing full-blown paintings and being like, wait, are they thumbnails? I was wondering that because it's one of the prompts that I have for the art challenge. And yeah, I was wondering if this could count as my entry. Oh, your daughter was the genius, you said. That's so nice. Yeah, I know. I have done some art prints, but if I'm being honest, I struggle with the selling part of being an artist. Like, I really do, because sometimes I feel like I just mention everything that I'm doing too much, and then sometimes I feel like I'm not mentioning it enough, because like, say the Happy Mail, for example, it's open now, and the reason I feel like I've mentioned it so often is because every time I close it, I will get at least one message that'll be like, oh no, it's closed, can you open it again? And by then it's like it's full, or like it won't work with shipping times, like, do you know what I mean? And so I can't open it, and they're like, oh, I didn't see it, and then I feel bad because I'm like, oh no. But yeah, so that's why I'm in two minds about like prints and originals and just in general, because I don't like it. I really would prefer that everyone just sees what I'm doing and is like, okay, cool, I'll buy, and I don't have to say anything. I don't have to do any marketing or anything like that. And but I guess that's not how it works. Equally, yeah. Yeah, it's not how it works. And if we're being honest, because we're friends here, part of the reason I wanted to do the live is that I was in such a bad mood from struggling to make the YouTube video and spending all day, and I kind of felt like, you know what, I had a free day, and it just felt like I'd wasted my day, wasted my time and everything. And honestly, I was in quite a bad mood, and I was like, what is even the point? And I kind of was thinking, I hate even saying it, but I was like, should I just give up YouTube? And that thought has been coming in my mind more and more often. And so I came live so that I could remember why I do it. and yeah. And I remember now, but yeah, I felt like I really needed a pick me up and a reminder that actually it's worth doing, and it's worth using up all my free time to do it. What paint am I using here? I am using Daniel Smith paints. These 4 are all from Daniel Smith. But obviously, if I change it, I will let you know. But if you're not sure, always feel free to ask, because sometimes I forget. Don't you dare give up. No, but I was just like, yeah. And that's why in part I was like, if I go to bed having not done this live stream, I don't know what I'm going to do. I literally be like, I'm actually done. It's just, it takes a lot of effort, and yeah, it has pros, it has cons, and I love the community. Sometimes I just feel low about it, and I'm like, but obviously I don't want to be woe is me. This is definitely like first world problems. There are people with real problems, but I don't know. And yeah, rather than, I was asking my mum, like, should I quit? And this was days ago, so I think today was like, yeah. And she was like, what do you mean? Why would you? And I was like, I don't know. Just feel like it's not working. She was very like encouraging and stuff, and obviously like, and then today, and that was, I can't remember why that was. I think it's a lot of things. It's not the first time, it's not the second time. The thought has come through my mind a few times over the past few months, and it was getting more frequent. And today I was like, what am I doing? Hence coming on here and being like, there are good sides, even tech, even with the tech issues. It is worth it. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think so. Ups and downs. Wildflower. No, thank you so much, Pasquale. You guys are so sweet. Honestly, I wasn't even gonna say anything because, like I say, I didn't want it to be like a woe is me, because that's not the case at all. But it's like, I don't know. I was just like, I'm putting in all this hard work, and sometimes it doesn't work. And then I felt like, you know what? I'm using all my free time to do this. Is it even worth it? Like, what is the point? I guess is what comes to mind. Like, what is the point? And I guess the point is community. Yeah, but that's the thing. It's not even, like, I've had breaks before, and it's not like I don't know. Do I feel like I need a break? But I was talking to my brother about this. I was talking about something else separately, and he kind of said, like, look, it's sounding like you may need a break. But that was more so, and to be fair, I feel a lot better than I did then, because then I wasn't even painting that much. At least now I'm like painting. But I think it's just that thing that it's all I do with my free time. I think about YouTube all the time, and I think about my membership all the time. But with my membership, it feels different because I see the people that I'm with. Does that make sense? With YouTube, sometimes it feels a little bit more anyway, I'm not quitting, obviously, I'm still here. But that was why I was so adamant to go live before I go to bed. So it's like I can't go to bed like this, it's like going to bed angry. Oh, thank you, Messy Desk. I love you all too. Yeah. Sarah says, I'm glad that you chose to come on here to remind yourself of why, but please remember that your feelings, thoughts and emotions are valid. Thank you. Yeah, I know. You're totally right. But yeah, I think I just need to get better at setting boundaries in terms of it can't just be all I do all the time. And then I think that also sometimes, if other things are going on in life, it then also makes it harder. So I think that was compounding things, basically. And I hope that now that I'm getting better and everything, the zeal will stay there. And that's the thing that I think I'm so excited by, because for a point, I kind of felt like the zeal that I had for painting was going because of YouTube, because it would take me like 2 hours to set up a camera and whatever. Whereas now I feel really excited and inspired to paint. And as I kind of mentioned in one of my videos, I started asking myself, like, what do I want to do as opposed to what do I think I should do? And that has helped. And that's the thing. I love the community, so I want to keep doing it. And I am going to, do it. Obviously, I'm doing it now. But yeah, I don't know. I think for one, I need to stop looking at analytics. Not to say, like, they can be quite good, but I feel like sometimes if they're not as good in terms of, not as many views and stuff, and this is not that, I want more views, but I then interpret it as it's not valuable. And if it's not valuable, why am I using up all my free time to do it? Do you see what I mean? Like, I think that's the thing that I was kind of like, yeah. Anyway, thank you for being my therapy session this evening. But yeah, that was that was why stupid camera didn't work in the end anyway. It was fine. All is well. And like I said, things are a lot better now. Graduating. And yeah, Karen, you understand that. And that's the thing, like, obviously it's not that simple, and at the end of the day, like, if I had one person that was like, which I do, like, who was like, oh, that was really good, I'd be like, that was really helpful, I'd be like, oh, it was worth it. But I think sometimes, like I said, imposter syndrome, I start thinking that the nice comments are people just being nice, and I don't know, really, I don't know what this funny feeling is, but I hope that it goes, because it's been yeah, it's been a while. And it's so interesting, right? Because I know that there this is slightly related, slightly not, but I know that there are like therapeutic benefits to creating art, obviously. But I know I started painting during 2020, so obviously I didn't start painting because I was happy, but I honestly think if I'm not happy, it's a lot harder for me to paint, or if I'm worried about other things, or like when I was unwell or money trouble or anything like that, I just can't, I guess, enjoy it as much. And if I don't enjoy it, what is the point? If I don't enjoy it, nobody enjoys it, and it's not valuable, what is the point? There is no point then, is there? But I feel like my membership is valuable, hence people being there. so that feels different, even though it's still making videos. And I don't know, it feels different also because I know you. Well, I feel like I know you, you know. I kind of, let's see how, I want to make this side darker, as you can tell, but I'm kind of wondering what colour, because it's so funny because it looked darker and now that it's dried it doesn't. Oh, thank you so much, Marilyn. I'm so glad that you are here, and it's also nice because I'm guessing that next time Christy goes live, I will see you. There we go. So that kind of looks darker, but again, we'll see once it dries, you know, there's always that drying shift, that good old drying shift. You love getting royal mail. I love it as well. Honestly, when I say that it's just mail, getting mail as an adult is just not the same. Like when I was a child, I would love, I was only getting letters from my grandparents or gifts. Like that was the extent of mail. But and then you become an adult, and now it takes me like 3 working days to open a letter because I just need to be in the right mood to deal with whatever is inside. Hence why I'm like happy mail. I'm all here for the happy mail. Gotta love it. Oh, Messi, this is the mood you were in when you searched for a new job. Can you imagine? What will I do then? Leave YouTube? I can't even, I don't know. Yeah. There is no new job equivalent though, is there? It's either you're in or you're out, or it feels like that anyway. Yes, I think so. I agree. When you're struggling and in survival mode, you don't have the mental capacity to spend on hobbies. Yeah, I completely agree. Thank you so much, Wildflower. You're so right. YouTube is a lot. I couldn't do it. You know what? The thing is, it's got so many plus sides, because really and truly, if it wasn't for YouTube, I wouldn't have you. And it's so odd because now I can't imagine it. Like, my art life would be so boring if it wasn't for you. Like, can you imagine? I'd be like, what? You know, if we didn't have this community to chat in, like, what would I even be doing? So for that, I will be forever grateful. Do you see what I mean? But yeah, it is also a lot of work, and I don't know. I wonder. I think I'm also not techie, so that doesn't help. Again, we're all friends here. We listen and we don't judge. So I'm just going to let you know that when I was living, not in this house, not in the house before, but in the house before that, I had the lights that are like in the ceiling, you know, that are flat and in the ceiling. And so when the bulb ran out, I called my landlady because I thought that electricians are the ones who like changed them because it's in the ceiling. FYI, turns out it's not an electrician. And I was so embarrassed. And she was like, you want what? Like an electrician to come and change your light bulb? No, love, that's not how it's done. So I changed the light bulb myself. I know that now. But yeah, that's the extent of my, you know, tech knowledge. I wonder should I do lines? I kind of feel like lines may ruin it. just doing, it's so nice looking at it through the camera because it's almost like, you know, that viewing distance when you look at something from far. That's kind of what it feels like when I look up at it. Your mailman even asks what's inside. Yeah, no, I'm so glad. And I enjoy making the happy mail for that reason, because I'm like, oh, it's a plus. We listen and we don't judge, but maybe we chuckle. Don't worry. I am, now that I know that that's not legit, I can see why people would chuckle. But beforehand, I was literally like with my full chest, like, hi, the light bulb has, run out. I was just wondering if it's possible to book an electrician to come and change them. She's like, what? Or someone to change it? What? A professional? What? Like, you know, the light is in the ceiling. Yeah. So how does one change that? Like, don't we need to get someone to change it? Nah. She's like, no, you just turn it. And I was like, no, it's not the light bulb that hangs down. It's the one that's in the ceiling. Like it's flat with the ceiling. Honestly, we all have our strengths, and that's not mine. That is not my strength. Yeah, honest. Mail is junk bills and stuff that likely involves. Yeah, yeah, same. For me, it's usually bills. Yeah, it's yeah. It's bills, or it's just not stuff I want. Like, unless it says Jackson's on it, I'm not interested. I don't care. I don't want to see it. And then, you know, these companies don't even respect you. Like, they'll send me a letter to say, like, we've been emailing you and you haven't responded. Okay, take the hint then. Like, take the hint. There's a reason I haven't responded. No, I don't want your meter. And no, I don't want to pay this bill. Which actually reminds me, I need to pay my electricity bill. They're all online. I think, I don't know, most of mine are online, but I tell you now, all the mail I get is bills. Bills, can you pay my telephone bills? I don't think you do so in me, and you are through. First we started, we were cool. Yeah, honestly, keep it that way. Sharmac. I need to, if when I find that meme in the chat, I'll send it to you again. I'll send it to, probably put it on like the Discord, because yeah, she sent it to me. I was literally like, those were the days. All I got, letters from my grandparents. Maybe that's why I love buying art supplies. Speaking of which, did we conclude on... Oh, also... no. But yeah, did we conclude on no supplies? Was that the gist? Continue the... I'm really enjoying adding details to this boat. I don't know if you can tell. Spending way longer than I need to. Oh my gosh, 2 cent interest for the whole year. Thankfully, my bank don't write to me anymore. Oh, but that's the worst, right? Because when there's a problem, my bank will text me. So nothing makes my heart flutter like seeing a like seeing a text from the bank. I was like, oh damn. And then what makes it worse is that my phone has do not disturb. So like one time I saw like the text and it was like, it said yesterday from my bank, and I was like, oh, I'm finished. It was fine. Oh, the new Etcher journal. I have them coming. I have one and another one is coming. Oh, so did they come then, Sarah? To be fair, my landlady, her one was legit, because turns out it's a normal thing for people to do. In like, I don't have high ceilings or anything like that. Oh, what did I miss? Sharmak, you are replying to April, and April is replying to you. You love the art creations books. They're a bit finicky with water soluble stuff, but they will take it. I agree. I wouldn't say I love them, but I love their price. And I agree that they're finicky with water soluble things, and I agree that they will take it. Just won't be like finished work, but it will be, you know, I've done sketchbook tours where like my quote unquote ugly sketchbooks, they are with the Royal Talons, some of them. I was thinking of using gouache markers. They will be really nice. I've made I made a video with the purple cover. That's a Royal Talons, and this is my current Royal Talons. I like them for a place to do anything without you know, to do random stuff. So sorry for that ASMR. This is my attempt at gel printing. I put it here because there's something about it that I like, even though there's something about it that is totally chaotic. And oh, this is gel printing as well. These I really like. And sorry, this is collage. This is all in the Royal Talent sketchbook. Let me actually, okay, so this is like painting on here with a bit of acrylic, a bit of lots of soft pastel actually, as you can see on my fingers. And then I did some abstract grids as well, which are a good example of like, you know, acrylic, soft pastels, bit of watercolor, like just a range of different medias. I really like this page. And then what I liked even more is that not the washi tape, but the tape that I had was like this, and it looks like washi tape patterns, no? So I didn't want to throw it away, so I stuck it in my sketchbook. And then this was one piece that's A4, and I had this random idea that I wanted to do where I wanted to create the piece, then turn it upside down so I don't see it, and then cut it, which is what I did. So I really liked it together, but I wanted to be even looser and not be so attached to my paintings. I'm really attached to my paintings, is why, yeah, I'm really attached, which is why when people are like, oh, can I buy them? I'm like, but I'm getting better at it, because I am happy when they sell. It's just that, you know, I get attached. So anyway, as a way to detach myself or being super precious with these paintings, I turned it upside down, I cut it, and then I added a few more details. So this is the other two as well. I quite like that. Then, but this isn't actually on the Royal Talons, so that's probably not a good example. This is on the Royal Talons. This is a Zoom session that we did together, so I did it with my members. Again, like, I love details like this, like, you know, dry brushing, and this is primarily with acrylic. Oh, I love this, like here, you know, when you almost like swipe away a layer so you can see the layer underneath. And this is the tape from that artwork. And then this is what I was actually going to show, which is, again, acrylics, bits of watercolor. This is from our Zoom, members Zoom. So a whole bunch of different medias, watercolors, soft pastels, some acrylic. It was a lot of fun. I really like the texture. But as you can see, it can take acrylics in different mediums. It's just with watercolor. This is primarily watercolor, for example. It doesn't behave the way that it normally would on normal watercolor paper. It's completely smooth. It does warp, but I quite like it. And this boat is from April 2025. So it was even before I went to the coast. So it was coming. It's almost like predetermining. I initially thought it was because of the coast that I started painting boats, but actually I started painting boats, then I went to the coast, and now I haven't been able to stop painting boats. But I really like this, and I recorded it because I was thinking, we'd done a Zoom session. Actually, in this Zoom session, that makes more sense. In this Zoom session, we were talking about boats, oh no, it wasn't this one, it was another Zoom. But in one of the members' Zooms, a lot of the references had a boat inside them. And through it, we were talking about how boats are actually quite hard to paint and how we should dedicate some time to painting boats. And so I did these and recorded it because I was going to make a video talking about the process of painting boats, and I just really like the way that they look. I love the different sceneries. I started looking at shipwrecks as well. So that was why I did this and recorded this. And I was like, oh, I should put it together and make it like a course rather than just paint one boat. We'll just paint lots and lots and lots of boats. And then I went to the coast, and the rest is kind of history. This is from another members Zoom where we painted our own still lifes. This still life is a reference from the Messy Desk. This is from Monks's, this is from Laura G, and this is from Sonia. Oh, and then I'm so sorry for this random side tangent, but this is I love pears. They're one of my favorite fruits, and so I went through a pear's face. But this is actually a helpful page to show because this is all watercolor, no other media, so you can see it is nice. It's just different. Yes, exactly, Pasquale. That's the same kind of boats I was looking at. So I have those references too. This was when I was trying to create a palette for my friend. This is when I went plein air painting and I was testing out Sarah Burns's brushes. This is making the palette. This is continuing. So this was actually, this is continuing with pears. This one was with acrylic inks. This was so satisfying to do because I would basically take my acrylic ink, it has like a pipette, and I would draw the shape of the pear, and then I would come with a brush and touch, like a wet brush, and touch the edge, and it would just bleed inside. It was really satisfying, actually quite relaxing. And then with this I was doing a similar thing, but then I started adding Posca markers on top, something very 90s about this. And then I started doing that swipe away thing that I like doing, texture and swipe away. Then more pens. More pairs. So this one says continuous line with varying pens from acrylic markers to fountain pen to pit pen to water-based markers, some loose, some close to reality, some random. That's this one. So I just drew the same pair over and over with lots of different markers. Almost feels like a negative, double negative effect. I quite like that. And then this this has so many layers. It's primarily acrylic, and I was listening to Vivir mi vida, live my life. Oh la 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 la. like the song that goes da 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 la 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 la. And if you look at some of it, you can see that I wrote la 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 in paint. Anyway, that's the bulk of my tour. And then this is from my trip to the coast, so a video will come on this soon from my trips. Lots of drawing. lots and lots of drawing. Oh, yeah. There we go. And there's still plenty of pages left. So, yeah. I like it for fun, mess around stuff. I do prefer watercolor sketchbooks to them, though. If I can get my hands on like watercolor sketchbooks that has almost as close as many pages, and I guess like the Caddy Fat book is my equivalent, but is thicker than the Caddy Fat book, golden. Oh, that sounds so nice. My mum used to have a pear tree and they were so delicious. Yes, the messy desk, your bottles. You have 6 pear trees. That's amazing. I'd be eating them all the time. Mandarin orange phase. Do you mean eating it or painting it? I haven't tried bee paper. Bee paper is quite hard to get our hands on in the UK. I've spoken to the manufacturers because that's the kind of fun things I love to do, or I do half measures, and they kept saying that it was going to come to the UK. The plan was for it to come, and then obviously, I don't know, I'm pretty sure the tariffs aren't helping the situation. So I don't know if they'll actually come to the UK anytime soon. But for now, we don't have bee paper. Yes, exactly, Sharmak. Then it's great because there's just so many pages. It's a lot of fun in that respect. Should I leave this alone? I feel like we've reached a good point. Da da da, and I read la 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 la. Eating. Fair enough. I'm getting to that point, shocker, where I'm not gonna do it. I'm looking. I have some brushes. That I need to do a video on, like an unboxing video. So part of me, I'm not gonna do it. But yes, I was just looking because part of me wants to use a smaller brush to do more details. The other part of me, quite often I will use one brush come what may. Like I've been using this gigantic chunky premium brush to do a lot of my paintings because it's a mop brush, but then it comes to a really fine tip, which I've really been enjoying. And then if I want less water, I will switch to this, which is the Princeton Neptune. And now I'm like, that I'm doing like smaller details on boats and stuff, I'm thinking I need to get a smaller brush. Look at me making progress in my art journey. Only took 5 years. So that's why I'm hesitating now, because I feel like if I use this with all the water that's inside it, I'll just get one chunky. Oh, the other thing that I was doing, I don't think I can do it now. But the other thing that I was doing is actually using a dip pen to do my super fine lines. So the way that I would do that is add lots of water into my pan, as I'm doing now, and then use that as like a well to dip my dip pen. Pros and cons. I then obviously I'm not throwing away that water, so it will dehydrate and, you know, be back in my pan. But it doesn't always work very well because my pans are not that deep. So dip it like this, and then you see, and then I'm able run out to do very fine details with watercolor. So you can use your dip pen, it doesn't have to be ink. You can use watercolor if you want. Obviously, if you actually have a well, instead of what I'm doing, if you actually have a well to dip it in, it is more effective than what I am doing. But even this, as you can see, it is working. And then when I want to clean it, just clean it in my water bowl, and it's good to go with another color. Did you see the giant travel mop brush? I did. Wait. What do you mean, messy desk? Did you see a giant travel mop brush or something from Rameshmore during my recent trip? No. Have they made a giant travel mop brush? Have I? How do I not know about this news? No, I've been using this one, which isn't a travel one, but I've been putting it in. Whoops! Don't fail me now. In my Etcher field case, and I put it upside down so that it's safer, and then this end like can stick out. And then I keep my, like, that's how I've been taking my brushes, and thankfully they have been fine. And then I also have like actual travel brushes. But yeah, I quite like using one brush as much as I can. I would love to say it's an artistic choice, but actually it's a personality choice. It's because I don't know, it's not necessarily laziness, but it's more so like I kind of lose track of time, or I just want to use the same thing, you know. Why mess around and use different things if you don't have to, kind of thing. But what, do Rameshmore have travel brushes? Oh, you're asking me. No, I don't think so. Not as of yet. That's a pan art brush. I did get smaller ones as well, but I haven't used them as of yet. I've just been using the big ones, because quite often I like to try and use as big a brush as possible, because then, you know, you can't be finicky about things because the brush is too big. So it automatically means that things are a little bit more simple. Hence why I like that it comes to a fine tip, because if it was just big and didn't come to a fine tip, then I would always have to switch to a smaller brush. Whereas most of the paintings that I was doing, I was just using that big brush and not switching, or using the Neptune and not switching. So yeah, I put it like that, and thankfully they have been fine. There is a risk of damaging the brushes like this, so it's not, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it, especially like not with expensive brushes, but if you're going to do it, just be careful and be mindful. So yeah, when I put it this way, I don't know why. Oh yeah, when I put it this way, what was wrong with it? I don't know, but I feel like it got the bristles got messed up. And I must admit, actually, one of my brushes that's a flat brush did get messed up because I put it inside here. So now I'm just more mindful about where I'm putting them and making sure that they're not knocking against something else and they're not going to get damaged. And like I say, I'm not going to use my most expensive brushes. This is probably on the more expensive side. I think it's around 18 to 20 pounds, but I really wanted it. I really wanted it with me, so I was just like, risk it for a biscuit, and thankfully it was fine. I like big brushes and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. When a brush walks in with an itty bitty waist. I'm joking. Hey Nicole. Thanks, Michelle. Oh, you saw it off when it's too long. Just often just like stack it like that and it ends up being fine. Shall I take off the tape, or do I need to add more detail? What are we thinking? I kind of feel like they are good. Yeah, I kind of feel like they're good. Part of me also, ooh, that was not intentional, but Vivid mi vida la 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 la. Hey, Janelyn Brim. We were talking about big brushes. I like it if I want to do paintings with lots of water and drips. Yeah. They're Mangrove Day. Ooh, that's interesting, Gods and Heroes. It depends. What do you like in a gouache brush? And I say that because I like stiff gouache brushes. Like, I use acrylic brushes, basically. Cheap, mixed media, run of the mill, nothing technically special about them. Gouache brushes. And I mean, yeah, mixed media brushes. I find that they hold gouache well. They hold their points. They are affordable. But they come with the con of they will not hold much water. But for me, that's fine, because if anything, water control is, one of the more challenging parts of gouache. So I feel like having too much water can make life a little bit harder and mean that layers reactivate and stuff. Whereas having less water makes it a bit easier. That being said, I know some people like to use soft, almost watercolor-esque type brushes. I am not one of those people. I really struggle with them. So for years I used like a really cheap brush set. Something with a decent snap. Do you paint with watercolor as well? Like, do you have watercolor brushes like Princeton Aqua Elite? That's probably the softest I would go. And to be honest, that's softer than I would normally go. Like, it sounds ridiculous, but like the Himi ones, they have a lot of snap. They are like acrylic brushes. They're synthetic. I like stiff brushes. So I like the Himis. I like the Pro Art. Like, I bought these for £1. $1. you've been using your watercolor brushes and they're struggling. Yeah, I can imagine. So Jackson's also has where are they? I like the Jackson's icon one as well. This is the kite. This is softer. I don't want to fling water all over my laptop. But this is kind of softer than, I don't know if you can appreciate the stiffness. This is softer than the icon. So I use it for watercolor, but I could also use this for gouache. The icon brushes are stiffer, which I prefer. This is like my go-to, you know, another one, but it's again Himi and it's very stiff, which I like. I also used graduate brushes, which aren't as stiff, but they're nice and cheap. They are mixed media brushes. Just giving you different examples so that you can see. But they're all on the stiff side. But the nice thing about like the icon brush and the Pro Art brush is that they hold more water because they are something in between a watercolor brush and an acrylic brush. Whereas the Himi holds less water, but I like that because it's better or easier water control. And the graduate hold less water as well. This is a Pro Art one as well. This is a, oh yeah, this is the icon. Icon is quite stiff as well, yeah. Icon may be the stiffest of them all. No. Yeah, it's pretty stiff. I don't know if this is helpful at all, but I would say try the icon because they're relatively affordable as well. Jackson's has, if you look in the clearance section, Jackson's has like a bundle of a round and a flat icon brush. I believe it used to be there, but a flat and a round icon brush for £8. But honestly, I tend to like inexpensive brush. Like this is from my first Himi Mia set, and I still use it. And these ones are not used yet, but again, they are from my Himi Mia set. Now Sarah Burns does also have the gouache brushes, but I haven't used all of them, not with gouache. I used them with watercolor because they were soft. The 3 that I used were soft, and so I used them with watercolor. And I made a video about them as well, if you want to see the 3 that I used. But because they were soft, I didn't really... This is a Medan. It's a bit stiffer than the... It's less stiff than the Mia. Yeah, I wouldn't like that as much. Yeah, no, I wouldn't like this as much. It's too soft for me. Yeah, I hope that's helpful. Yeah, I love filberts, me too. I love them especially for like landscapes and my gouache. And I slowly moved from filberts to flats, which is why you're primarily seeing flats now. But initially, if you look back on my gouache videos, they were filberts that I was using. The filbert and the angle one are stiffer. That's the thing. I think the short ones are stiff and the long ones are softer. So the ones that I used initially are the softer ones. And I am a creature of habit, so I haven't started using the others because I'm still using, you know, the ones that I use all the time. Oh, here it is. This is my other filbert, which I took for gouache. Half Rowney. And the Rowney ones are like £1 or £2, which is why I like them. And they're quite good as well. Don't know where I've put them. I must have moved them into my other case. This is the pencil case that came with Sarah's brushes. So yeah, I have made a video if you want to have a look at it, but to summarize, oh yes, tape peel, my bad. To summarize, I would probably say that they are on the softer side. And so, come on, there we go. I'd have to check out the others before I say whether I would use them for gouache or for watercolour. Here we go. Oh, these look so cute. Oh, I quite like this now that I've added the pink as well. You like your gouache brushes with a snap but soft. So what brushes do you use, Sarah? Just gonna add, I know I've done the tape peel, but you know, just want to add a little bit. Thank you. Which brand? Hey Ellie, sorry I missed your question. If ever if I've missed anyone's questions or in general, just feel free to repeat it or put question in caps beforehand so that I can see. The chat is just quite small, so I sometimes miss it. But what brand gouache do you prefer for your sketchbooks? What do you mean? What do you mean, Ellie? As in, like, do you mean like what kind of gouache? What gouache do I only use in my sketchbooks, or because I use all gouache in my sketchbook. I don't really have much of a you know, preference. I'll use any and all gouache in my sketchbook. I don't know if I'm still live. Can you see me? How do I? Oh, I'm back. Okay, yeah, you can see me. Welcome. Thank you. Sorry about that. My phone died. It's not you, it's me. My phone died, and I don't actually have Wi-Fi. I always use my phone to put the internet onto my laptop so that I can do the streams. So it overheated and ran out of battery all at the same time. But okay, now you can see me, which is good. Now let's see. I do have a handy dandy fan that I will bring closer. Full of tech issues today, has it? There we go. Oh, that should have flipped, but it didn't. Now it will. There we go. Sorry about all of that. Oh, I never went away. That's interesting. No, it's not you, it's me. It's also interesting because I was like, I don't know if you can see me or can't see me, or you know. We're back in business indeed. Hey, Messi. And I mean, I think it should be fine. Should be fine now. It's plugged in. If it cuts out again, we know what happened, and we'll just, you know, try again next time. Very much so. But I feel like I did miss, oh yeah, Ellie, let me know what you meant. I'm glad it was just a brief, for me it was like 2 minutes, which felt like a really long time because I was like, what's going on? Can you see me? Can you not? But Ellie, let me know, you wanted to know, if I had a fave. So in terms of like favorite, honestly, I have enjoyed Winsor & Newton. That's my main go-to, easily accessible in the UK. I want to say affordable, but you know, it's okay. Well, it's affordable, it's okay. And it's beautiful colours, great quality. I really enjoy Winsor & Newton gouache. And I also really enjoy the Holbein gouache. Like, I enjoy the feel of it and I enjoy the colours that it has. However, a lot of the colours are not light fast. Excuse me, a lot of them will fade, and so bear that in mind. But again, it's nice and affordable and it feels really nice and creamy. And then I love the feel of the Daniel Smith gouache. I really like it. It's 3 times the price of Winsor & Newton. So, or at least double. It's more than double the price of Winsor & Newton. So, you know, I don't use it as much. I use it more sparingly, but the painting with it is also really nice. And I do have some schminke that I need to try, but I think I'll probably love that. I really like the Shinhan gouache as well. Some of the colors are definitely more unusual to other brands, which is quite nice and different to have. Some of the colors are not as light fast again. And when I say not as light fast, like, I don't mean, like, say with Holbein, for example, I don't mean like, oh yeah, they have, I'm trying to think of a non-light fast color. I don't mean like they have a PR177, you know, like a color that may fade a little bit. I mean, they have BV, as in they have dyes. They will fade, they will change quite a lot. And as long as you know, and you are making that, you know, an informed decision, fine. But I like to know, so that if there's a colour that looks the same in a different brand that doesn't have 18 pigments, of which 12 are dyes, I would rather buy that. Do you know what I mean? Louis. I always ask you this. Is it Louis or is it Louis? Maybe it's Louis? Or Holbein, why? I know, why do Holbein do that? But it's so, like, the colours are so nice and it feels nice. In fact, the video that I was going to do that I gave up on earlier today was a sketchbook tour, and in it I have the swatches and the paintings that I did with Holbein, which is why it's fresh on my mind, because in the 24 set which is beautiful, don't get me wrong. But in the 24 set, 7 colors are light fast, 15 colors are single pigment, the rest are not. Yeah, I said a lot of Holbein is not light fast. Not all the colors, but a lot of them that I had. Okay, I don't have the full set of 84. I'm just basing it on the set of 24 that I have here for reference. The sketchbook tour that may never see the light of day. So this is the swatches of, excuse the mess. This is the swatches of the Holbein gouache and the Holbein acrylic gouache. And here, 24 sets, 7 colors are light fast, and 15 colors are single pigment. And what I mean by that is, for example, violet BV15. When you see B, just assume this color will fade. Magenta BV15, rose BR1, BV11, and BV7. That's what I mean by not light fast. I don't mean like, oh yeah, it has a, and blue violet BV1. Prussian blue is fine. PB27, it can sometimes fade in light and then return when it's in the dark. Weird thing the pigment does. PB29 is fine. PB15 is fine. Turquoise blue PG50, PB15, PG7, PW6 should in theory be fine. PY1, PG8, olive green probably will fade. These ones, PY1, PR9. I don't know this, to be fair, but I'm not sure it's light fast. What else did I? Yeah, and then yeah. So that's what I mean. Yeah, quite a lot of, because BVs tend to not be, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think they are like pigments. I think they're dyes or something like that. Yeah, so they will fade or change in color, or like say for example violet, whereas BV15 and PB29, the PB29 shouldn't fade as much, but the BV15 may change. So the color, it's either the color will change or it will fade, or it may be that it starts looking a lot more blue, things like that. So I haven't done like light fast testing myself. I'm just basing this on what I know about the pigments. And then also, when you start seeing pigments that aren't in other places, I then wonder why. Like PY6, this is the only PY6 I've ever seen. Nice color, but why is it, you see what I mean? So that's what I mean by Holbein. I love, like, these are the paintings that I did. I loved it. I loved the way that it feels. I really, really enjoyed it. Even like this is like a mixed media paintings that I did. So I do enjoy it, but that's what I bear in mind. Like if I saw this color, this beautiful color, and I saw it in a different brand and it had different pigments and they were the same price, which one makes more sense to get, kind of thing. The acrylic gouache, I didn't do so PR9, I don't know. And this is not to say like it's bad. I'm seeing me, so there are limitations to me as well. I don't really know. Yeah, it might be that it's more common in Asia. Violet BV1, BV15, BV15, BR1, BV7, BV11, and BV15. 4 colors to make magenta. PR122? PV19? No? Rose BR1, BV7, BV11, BV15, and I can't even read what I wrote here. It looks like something Y44. I don't know what that is. Unless I gave up on writing the numbers. But yeah, so that's basically what I mean. I like it. I enjoy it. I will buy it. but I will also be mindful of the colors that I am using. And don't get me wrong, I have nothing against using colors that are not light fast. I have nothing against using colors that will ultimately fade, because like if I enjoy the colors, I enjoy the colors. And yeah, I just want to know, so then I can decide if I am going to use it and accept that it will fade in a few years, use it and scan it straight away because I know that it will fade, use it and know that it, like, if it fades in 10 years, okay. If it fades in 20 years, fine. I know a lot of the time when we talk about light fastness and we're talking about light fast rating 1, we're talking about it fading in like 100 years, and there's like a bit of a discussion as to like, oh, what if you're selling your artwork, then you should only use 100 things that are 100% light fast and will last 100 years. Last I checked, nobody is paying me for museum quality work. If we're talking grands, then fine, of course it won't fade, Habibi, it will stay there. But if if we're not paying grands, I don't really understand why I'm being asked to create work that will outlive us all. Yes, exactly, that's what I mean. If it's the same, if there's a color that's same in a different brand but it won't fade, then of course I'll go for the color that won't fade. It would be nice for my artwork to stay there. And bearing in mind, some colors will fade if in sunlight, some colors will not fade in the sketchbook, and some colors will fade even in the sketchbook. Those are the ones that I'm a bit more weary about. Yeah, I agree, Wildflower. So then because the ones that are dye-based are more likely to fade. Yes, that's another very good point, Messy Desk. The prices that we pay for Holbein here are a lot more than they are in countries in Asia. So it would make sense why, they're priced accordingly. But then when they come to the West and, you pay like shipping and trading and everything else, it then of course gets more expensive. I'm going to cut these in 4. How do we feel about that? Oh, why am I, okay, hesitating. Gods and Heroes, what did I miss? I haven't tried Daniel Smith gouache, but one day it is nice. I can't lie, it is actually nice. In the USA, M. Graham, Daniel Smith, there is Da Vinci as well, but my understanding is that M. Graham and Da Vinci aren't as opaque as other gouaches. I haven't tried them, but that's just what I've heard. Winsor & Newton, great. However, it is a lot more expensive in the US than it is in the UK. I don't know what the prices are like now. So the set of 10 that I used to buy back in the good old days was £20. Now it's $30. But I think in the US it was like $100. As in crazy. So we listen and we don't judge. I used to sometimes just send them. buy them. Send them to my house. I send them to you. Even with the shipping, it was like half the price. He uses, M. Graham gouache and watercolors. A lot of people do. You can see why. But yeah, I was tempted by their gouache, M. Graham, just in general, because I hear really great things about them. But I managed to resist because I really do like the opacity of gouache, and they are not cheap. So I'm like, okay, I'll save my money for now. Oh, Prussian will fade in your sketchbook. Damn. That's the thing though, Prussian blue is supposed to return in the dark. Weird trick. Look, I got these cute little cards. Oh yeah, so the reason that I also left a white space at the bottom is I thought, we'll see how it works. I thought it would be cute to write, to sign it and write something. I figured that if I sold them, then I would write like, I don't know, a note. Come on. Snug. Okay. I mean... Oh, hold on. Is this not adorable? Is it just me? I think it's just so cute. So I think I'll write like, I don't know. Well, initially I thought I would just write where this is, isn't it? That's what naturally makes sense. Maybe write where it is here and then sign it here. Yes, that's very true, Gods and Heroes. So that's more so for designer gouache. So artist gouache is supposed to be light fast. So that's why Schminke has the student gouache, designer gouache, which is not as light fast, or not as light fast depending on the pigment. Then artist gouache, which is supposed to be more light fast, and then calligraphy gouache, which I assume is for calligraphy. I have personally never used it, but I know that it's more expensive than artist gouache. Thank you. Thank you, Colleen. You know, I've had these, I got these ages ago. And I basically, yesterday, I had the random urge to, I was like, I'm just going to do a paint, like I'm going to paint a collection. And I was like, you know what? I'll do myself a little art challenge and just paint X number of paintings. I haven't done that. As you can see, but I was, as part of that, I was going to buy little frames to put them in, you know, make it nice and cute. Ooh, whoopsie. Make it nice and cute. But then I remembered that I had bought these a while back, yet to use them, and they are exactly what I was looking for. And by remembered, I mean I went to buy it again and Amazon was like, you purchased this in 2024. Yes, you can use Dolan's wax on gouache. Yeah, Schmink is very expensive in the US as well. I have a few. Oh, this is so cute. I have a few of the. I just. I think they look even cuter separate. I don't know why. Maybe because they look smaller. Am I really? That's. You know. I'm gonna cut this a little bit. What am I would do it anyway. Put the date you took the picture with the place and put today's date near the signature and number. Oh, as in, no, I'm confused. Amazon. Honestly, I was like, oh yeah, I want this exact one. It was literally like, you bought this. Go and check your cupboard. You have this exact item. There we go. No, there's student and designer for most brands, and then some brands have artist gouache, which is even more expensive. And some brands don't specify. Some brands will just say gouache. But Schminke, for example, is a good example of one that has 4 grades of gouache. And priced accordingly. And then last but not least, I'd like to thank me. I'd like to thank me for believing in me, never giving up on me. The Snoop Dogg speech. For working hard. Imagine I get up to give a speech at my graduation, like with my family, and I'm like, I'd like to thank me. I'd like to thank me for the sleepless nights. I'd like to thank me for pushing through. I'd like to thank me for working hard, for writing a dissertation, for never giving up. I'd like to thank me for feeding myself. I'm actually joking. But that speech was epic. No, I'm not gonna lie. If I had to write a thank you speech, I'd literally, like, first and foremost, I'd be like, I have to thank God because this is a miracle I never saw coming. Like, when I say, boy. Boy. Okay. Here they are. Ain't they adorable? Aren't they adorable? Oh my gosh. I might still do that challenge because I have the references. I might do it like yeah, honestly. Can you imagine? Honestly, I'm gonna be like, what is this? Are you okay? Cindy, I've been using a paint called Layer Cake. I've never heard of that. Layer Cake. It sounds delicious. MB Fleur, what did I miss? Sorry, I know I keep missing. Oh, framed paintings. Okay, hold on. Like a little series of framed paintings for the numbers. So, one, two, three, four. That's what we're saying. Number them as part of this series. Should I number them at the end though, when I know how many there are in the series? And then, say hypothetically speaking, someone like wants to buy one, which, by the way, they can. It's linked in my description. But say someone wants to buy one and they're like, I want to buy number 27. But that's the thing. This isn't finished. I want to do more. And I'm like, I'm sorry. You can only buy in chronological order. Okay. I'll just need to remember. I'll put it in pencil for now. And would you want to? Okay, forgive me, maybe it's the time. I don't actually think it's the time, I think it's me. We have concluded on signature here, name of where it is on this side. Where's the number going? By the signature. So signature here, number here, Where's the date go? I feel like I'm writing a lot of information. There we go. Name and series number on the back. Okay, fine. So just signature at the front. Name at the back, like back of the card. And by back, we're talking here, yeah? Yeah. And signature. So I'll write the numbers for now, and then I can rub them out later. So this is number 1. This is number 2. This is number 4. Why would I? Ooh, paper's nice. It's got like texture. You probably can't see it. Can you? It's got like a nice, almost like velvety texture. Three. Oh, this is so awesome, Messy Desk. I'm so glad. You've been super productive. Linen paper. It feels nice. It feels really nice. Should probably end the stream now, shouldn't I? And then, I don't know, we'll see how I'm feeling and how things are tomorrow. But I do want to do more. I want to do lots more. And you know what's wild? I've done a lot already. So I have these to complete. You see all those bad boys that I bought last year? They're getting done. And then, look. In addition to that, I have these ones that I have done, but these are all abstract. And I mean, maybe I should hold them up so that you can see. This is one of my favorites. The process for creating these is actually a video, an exclusive video for members. It was like a studio session where I was talking through, oh my gosh, it's so funny because I was talking through like my plan for the day and the process, and I just recorded a day in my studio while I was painting these, and you can see how like my plan was to just do one, and I just kept doing more and more and more, and obviously it was a lot. And there's more. There's a lot more. But honestly, thank you all so much for joining me. Thank you for persevering through all the tech issues and everything else. If someone's watching on the replay, what should the word be? What should we say? Boats. I think boats make sense in light of the season that I am currently in. But honestly, thank you all so much for talking with me, for the encouragement. I hope that you have enjoyed. Oh, icon. Thank you, Wildflower. But no, it's honestly been such a pleasure. I will keep you posted on, if I have the time, I will go live tomorrow, and I promise it won't be as hectic as today has been. But honestly, I needed this. So thank you so much for being here. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Stay creative. Enjoy the watercolor sale if you're going to join it. And if you are a member, thank you. Even if you're not a member, thank you. And if you want to join, I have left it linked down below in the description. And please remember to download the watercolor workbook while it is free. Thank you all so much, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.